Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Good evening. I'm Keith Newber, and this is Coach Rob Brunell. We're here at the LC Coaches Show tonight, along with Jeremy Lewis. Coach, how's your week been going?
It's been pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Had a good last week.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Won some big ball games. We talked last Monday about that big Charleston County game coming up, and took care of that. We said we'd be talking about a big win, and here we are.
Yeah, that was a huge win. Took us a little longer than we thought, but it was it was a good ball game. Really, really was a good ball game.
Yeah, went to extra innings, tied 2-2. Had a big 3-run inning, I think. And
we did, yeah. We kind of got off early. Sammy hit a home run early, and then we turned around and gave a run back up the bottom of the inning. But we knew Charlton was going to battle. They had a huge crowd there making a tremendous amount of noise from the beginning of the ball game to the end. Got in that extra innings, and wouldn't you know it, Braylon Burkhalter again comes up, hits a bullet up the middle, and then the inning just kind of started from there. I mean, she did that, and then I think Steffi had a little pop up, and then Elle hit a double down the left field line, and had that, and then they walked Aniston. To pitch to Sammy, which kind of surprised me. I mean, you got a girl who just hit a home run on you a couple innings beforehand, but yet she was already 2 for 2, and you're going to bring her back to the plate and with the game in the hand. But she hit a bullet between the shortstop and third baseman, and then, we just kind of added a few on that point. So once we got to the 5-2 lead, I was pretty sure ball game was over with. I knew Aniston wasn't giving up anything else on the mound.
She struck out 2 of the next 3 in the bottom of the 8th. And
that's right. And then got a ground out from the leadoff batter to Sammy, and that was it. So, I mean, that's kind of that, when she's on the mound, you get something like that, and if the game's on the line, she's going to be pitching well. And,
that's right.
And we were pretty sharp behind her. Really, we didn't have any really defensive mistakes. They tried us all night with bunts and situations, but we were able to handle pretty much everything they threw at us. Even some crazy base running moves, which he's typically known for.
Right.
We were able to get him a couple of times on those as well. So
I know I was watching a little bit on one of the sister networks on Back Row Sports, Charlton Sports Network, and saw we got a rundown there in the. Can't remember what inning that was, but that was a big.
I want to say it was might have been in the 6th. I mean, they had one. I want to say it was probably the 3rd. They tried one on us, and we actually overthrew the third baseman. But Braylon was in her position for backup, caught the ball. The girl took off to the plate, and she threw it down there. And we got her in the tag. But yeah, they tried to force a run from the plate. She was really kind of coming off third pretty deep, trying to see if we would, go back to the pitcher and she'd take off. And Cassidy kind of had a little fake throw and then caught her, threw it back to back to third, and we got her run down, and we did it picture perfect. Kept her right in the middle of right in the middle of the baseline and tagged her out right there at the end, trying to go back to third. So, it was, like I said, just we've been working on it for days.
Been working on it.
Yeah.
It's always good when you work on something and it happens for you right now.
That's exactly
right when you need it in the middle of the ball game.
That's exactly right.
A lot of times, see, your team, see the middle school teams, they work on relays and then get it. Sure enough, I mean, it'll happen. You'll need that.
That's right.
Cut to third, or cut to the plate, or
right.
And, it'll come up and bite you if you don't practice it.
Well, we talk about being fundamental and being going through the routine. We worked on stuff today again, so kind of same thing. It throws to the plate and throws to third, making sure we either hit them on the fly or we hit them with a long hop, so it's something we can handle.
Right.
Put it down. So, we consistently work on the small things in practice because, those are the things that are going to separate you from everybody else when it gets down to it. And that's really kind of what happened Thursday night. They made a few mistakes, and even I think one of the runs they got in the eighth, the ball was hit up the middle. I think it was Cassidy hit one back up the middle, and the center fielder comes in trying to rush it and just lets the ball squirt by her. It's just one of those things, kind of gives up another one at that point. So, I preach fundamentals, preach routine, preach, being focused on everything, and I think we did a good job of that. And, again, we've been in some tight ball games,
That's
so
right.
we understand what it's like. We understand the pressure, and we're able to I feel like we're able to handle it.
That's right. We beat that same team 3-2 here in Lakeland earlier in the year. So,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, top half of our region, there's no easy wins. Even in the middle of the region, they kind of.
It's a battle no matter how you look at it, and we've talked about it numerous times. But everybody we see, whether they're in our region or teams that we play, and we got some pretty good games this week.
Yeah.
They're going to bring their A game to us. That's just kind of we're aware of that. And
you're the hunted, so
yeah,
instead of being the hunter, you're the hunted.
We are pretty much
at the top of that region. You're the hunted. So.
That's right.
Well, we just kind of skipped past. We just went straight into talking about the big win over Charlton, but very important win on Tuesday. Beat Atkinson County 8-0 in the 5 innings, and
right.
Just a solid win.
It was, and it was important. To get that. Coach Wayne Sermons, he brought a good group over. They really improved from the first part of the year. I thought the pitcher really threw the ball well for them.
Yeah.
She was to me was a little faster than when we saw earlier in the year. So I thought she spotted the ball well. It took us a little bit of time to kind of catch up and find what she was doing, but then once we did, we started to kind of put the ball in play and do stuff. But yeah, that was a crucial win too. You don't want to have a little letdown.
Right.
You're looking ahead to Charlton. That the girls are, but we didn't seem to have a letdown, which is good.
That's right. Took care of business. And
that's right. Just
thing.
one game at a time, really.
Well, don't want to count how's that go? Count your chickens before they hatch.
That's right.
Built a 2-game lead last week.
Right.
Got some help from Telfair County.
Yep.
Telfair knocked off Wilcox and beat them pretty handily too.
They did. They did.
And,
they run ruled them, and
right.
I guess they decided to turn the favor. Early in the year, Wilcox run ruled them.
That's right.
So I think it was a return favor at that point.
And those two, I think, are a pretty good rivalry up that way. And
oh yeah.
Of course, they usually are at the top of the region, and we hope to be there with them every year, and have
right.
been in the past few years.
That's right.
But Telfair give us some help. They beat Wilcox, so I think Wilcox is now 9-2 in the region. Charlton 8-2, and we're 9-0.
I think. Charlton 8-2. Maybe Charlton. No. I think Wilcox is 9-2. I think Charlton picked up a game the last couple, over the weekend or something. I think they're about 9-2 as well.
Yeah.
And they may be 8-2, but Charlton plays Wilcox today.
Right. Gotcha.
So that could be a huge swing either way. One of those is going to take another loss and go to 3.
That's right.
So you don't know who that's going to be. It's nice to have a 2-game cushion, right. We say, but I talked to the girls after the game, and I told them, I said, look, it was a great win at Charlton, really was. It was important for us, and I like the way we fought to the end and put it together in extras. But I told them, I said, ultimately we have much bigger goals.
That's right.
We want to go undefeated in the region. We want to move on to the playoffs. We want to move to Columbus. So we understand our goals are higher. It's a great win. Celebrate the win, enjoy the win, but then be ready to get back to work, and that's what we did today. Get back to work, ready to go again. So,
yeah. And we look at those power rankings, and them things change by the minute, it seems like.
Right.
And used to, it was just every Tuesday you could take a look at it. But now, as teams update their score, their schedule, and show, the results of games, it changes. And it could change, coach from, that somehow affected a team that's, way off, and then he puts in a score, and they bump past you a little bit. But right now, it looks like Region 4 and Region 6 are just loaded with teams up there that's pretty talented with Gordon Lee, Tryon.
Right.
Then you got Sly County.
Right.
And is it Marion County out of Region 4?
Marion County's up there. We played Marion over the summer, and I think we beat them 3-2 over the summer. But they've got a pretty good squad.
Yeah.
Defensively, they got an excellent little pitcher who has she's probably 57, 58, got an excellent curveball in the outside corner, so she can as a matter of fact, I think they played Wilcox early in the year, and she struck out 13.
Right.
So she, they're going to be in the mix there too. Sly County, of course, is tough. They got, I think, a lot of the folks they had back from last year's team that we had that battle with in Columbus. So they're strong, but there's some separation when you start looking at the point total in different places.
That's right. Well, talking about Marion County, if I'm not mistaken, they had some twin sisters that signed D1 scholarships.
Yeah, both of them actually. They're playing at Virginia Tech.
Gotcha.
Both of them were big-time players.
And you thought they would have fell off a little bit, losing two players of that caliber.
Well, they have, and, Coach and I talk a good bit because, he's his pitcher, is, kind of looking to try to go. She was looking a couple different places to play ball, and he kind of asked me a couple different things about him. But, he told them, and you can look at them, they just don't have those two girls, those twins were just one of those situations where kind of like we have with Aniston or Sammy or, some of the players we have, you when the game's on the line and they're there, you liable to get the big hit or the big home run or big, it's kind of, when we're, just as an example, just kind of, that confidence issue. We were in the Charlton game and win that 8th inning, and after Braylon gets on and Steffi gets out, I'm talking to Elle about, putting down a bunt and moving her because I want to kind of get her in position to score that run. And Aniston, being Aniston, looks up and says, "Coach, we got this. We got you."
That's right.
I said, "Okay, well," and so, and then, Elle hits that double. So, and she's been getting better and better with the bat. So that was really good to see from her. But, when your players tell you that, you're like, all right. So,
we can roll with it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of how Marion County was last year with those girls. Those big girls were like, look, we got this. You know, but he's still, he's an excellent coach. He's got a good squad. They play hard. And like I said, when you got somebody's pitching and moving the ball around, like we talked last week, you got pitching, you're in every ball game.
You're in every ball game. And, but 2-game lead, and if my math's right, we would be pulling for Charlton this afternoon because Charlton we've defeated them twice already.
Right.
So we hold a head-to-head advantage on them.
Right.
If they knock off Wilcox, so we got a 3-game lead on Wilcox, and
we would have the head-to-head against Charlton. So no matter what happened, really necessarily, we would still
be tough
okay.
for us to.
Right. But I'm not counting on that.
Not counting on it. Got to win them all. Got to win them all.
I'm counting on us finishing
16-0 in the race.
Finishing what we started. That's right.
7 ball games left and win them all.
Finishing what we started. So
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right. And we'll start that tomorrow afternoon. Of course, Jeremy's eating, and I don't know if he's ready for this or not. But let's take a break right quick, get a word from our sponsors. We'll come back and talk about this week's matchup.
Okay, we'll do.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
There's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere.
All right, we back here on the LC Coaches Show, live with Coach Rob Brunell. Coach, I believe you have 5 ball games this week, 2 doubleheaders.
Yeah, 2 doubleheaders.
Sandwiched around a single game on Thursday.
That's right.
But you got Irwin County comes in here tomorrow afternoon for a doubleheader, 4 and 6 o'clock.
Right.
Then you have on Thursday, you have to remind me who we played.
We have Eccles County on Thursday, which is actually going to be our cancer awareness night. So we'll have that'll be our pink situation game. So we're looking for a lot of folks to come out to that.
Right.
And then Saturday we have a doubleheader against Miller County.
That's right.
Coming
Miller
over,
County
so.
coming over from Region 1A.
Right. Those game times they were originally 1 and 3. Now they're 10 and 12. So.
10 and 12. So moved up.
Right.
That's good to know because I was thinking 1 and 3. So.
Well, we moved a little bit. There's still some little. I don't say some mumblings on their side a little bit about whether they want to come over here and do it all the whole situation. So we're gonna make some phone calls in the morning. So hopefully those games stay and we work with them. But I don't know for sure.
All right.
But that's the plan for the week. So right now and Miller County's good too. They're 6, 7, and 7, 4, 7, 5, 8, 5, something like that. So they're still a pretty good ball team.
So they're around I believe they're around the top of their region over there in 1A.
Yeah, I think they're sitting third. I think it's Bacon and Charter.
Them and Pelham somewhere in the mix.
Yeah, I think it's Bacon and Charter, maybe Seminole or and Miller. They're all kind of sitting right there together. I think Pelham's right there behind them.
I got you. Irwin County coming in here tomorrow. I'm not sure who Irwin now has coaching over there. They've changed a little bit.
You know what? I don't know her first name. She's actually Joe Barkman's daughter. Who's over there now at Berrien working their rec department. So it's his daughter. She's working awful hard with that group. There's just they don't have any pitching, and they're really kind of struggle.
That's
with
right.
The talent situation right now. It'll be an interesting ball game, let's say, for us. I mean, again, we talked today about not dropping off the intensity level that we need to keep, no matter who we're playing. So if they don't, it'll be interesting to see.
That's right.
Well, it's a region ball game. Try not to talk bad about it, but it's a region ball game.
It's a region ball game, so you got to go out and play it. You got to win it.
Right.
And we'll have an opportunity we're 9-0 as we talked about earlier. You have an opportunity tomorrow afternoon to go 11-0, and then on Thursday 12-0, and that'll leave you 5 ball games left in the region. So,
well, that's kind of where we want to be. Last time, we haven't played Irwin yet, so this will be the first time we've really seen them. We have played Eccles over at Eccles. Ramsey James actually pitched a perfect game over there. We talked about that.
That's
so I don't know who's going to throw against them Thursday, but we'll see. Kind of trying to get some pitchers to work this week. Throwing them practice, and with the number of games we've got, of course, all of them will get to throw. So that'll be important for them to get some work and gearing up for the final push last couple of weeks of the season.
That's right. All right. We look forward to a good, strong finish. We'll got some, about 9 games total out of the 5 of them.
Something. Let's see. Well, let's see. You're talking about being in a situation at home?
Yeah.
Well, I said I got 2 tomorrow, and then Thursday that's 3, 5 on Saturday, and then we still have Wilcox at home. So we got probably about 7 or so at home. I think our last couple, Clinch and Turner, on the road.
Gotcha.
It'll be interesting to see, kind of the Turner situation. They forfeited a game or 2 this year already. So we actually moved that game. That game was originally scheduled for a Thursday. We've actually shifted it to the Wednesday prior to that because she had some conflicts. So, we believe we have that many left to go all the way through.
We'll see. Hopefully we'll get it. They won't cancel senior night anyway.
No, it won't, senior night won't be that because that's Wilcox. That'll be
right.
senior night. We're excited about that. You know, the girls really wanted to be on that day. That is homecoming week, so it'll be a crazy week anyway.
Yeah, it will be. So will we play on a Tuesday?
We'll play on a Wednesday. So we'll play Monday. Actually, this next Monday we go to Axon County to play the second game against them, and then we'll have Wilcox on Wednesday. Had to shift that game because of homecoming, because of the parade.
Check your schedules and mark those games because there's been a little bit of changes different from what may have been on the original schedule.
Right. We had to move some things. You know, we in past we've shuffled some games on the parade night, and it's been kind of tight with us. To trying to get free to get there. But I moved everything this year to kind of make it work out, and I know homecoming is important. I'm about tired of hearing homecoming. Girls don't do anything but talk about homecoming, but but we do have some important games that week, so we got to make sure that we're prepared to go as well.
That's right. Well, Coach, before we sign off, we want to let everybody know our middle school team clinched the Southern Division of the conference championship this afternoon. Knocked off Berrien County 3-1 over in Nashville. They will definitely be the number 1 seed from the South. And they will host it at minimum if they make it. If they win, as long as they win, they'll host the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. And that'll be here. Yep, that'll be here
in Lakeland.
And that starts. Is that next week?
Monday.
Yeah, next week as well.
Starts Monday. So Monday afternoon, middle school Lady Dogs will be hosting whoever the 4 seed is out of the North. And I don't even know who all's in the North now. And usually it's Irwin, Turner, Wilcox, I think Sly County. Hawkinsville.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably one more up there that I'm missing, but
I don't know
could be any of those schools. I think Sly County. We played Sly County last year in Sly County, and Sly County was the conference champions. We were runner-ups last year, but so middle school Lady Dogs Southern Division of the South Georgia Conference champions as of this afternoon.
Well, that's great
with their win over Berrien.
That's good. Now we just need the varsity group bringing on home. How about that?
That's right. All right, Coach. If anything else you'd like to say before we get out of here?
I'm
Coach,
good. I'm
Coach
good.
Williams in here and talk about football.
Nope, I'm good. I'm just focused on the next couple of weeks, getting it done and getting ready for our push in October.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard all the games that are going on this week here at VL Moore Field. Come out and support Lady Dogs and Coach Rob Brunell. We'll be back in, Jeremy, a couple of minutes. We'll talk about let our sponsors.
Depends on how long it takes Kurt Williams to get over here.
He's here somewhere. He
just walked that way. So.
All right, we'll give him some time to get settled in, and we'll come right back. Thanks, Coach.
All right, no problem. Thank you. All right.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop? It's down. It's down in the sphere.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere.
All right, we're back here live now on the LC Coaches Show. Got Coach Kurt Williams coming in off of a huge win, Coach. We are ecstatic about that win, man. Very proud for you. Proud for your team. Just cannot. They just not enough words to say how proud we are of you and your win Friday night.
Praise God. That's all I can say.
Yes, sir.
I mean, finally got the monkey off the back, and just overall great weekend. Tabitha's birthday was Saturday, and so it just, I know she was happy for the win too, where I wouldn't be so ill over the weekend. So,
That's right.
just had a great weekend and really proud. I mean, really proud of the kids and the coaches and the community. I've got so many calls and texts and congratulations. I told somebody, I was like, man, this is a big win. I mean, I never got this many phone calls and texts over a region championship win.
That's right.
So just really, really proud for everybody and for our kids to get the monkey off the back, and had a really good practice day. And I mean, there was a lot more energy today just because, hey, you know, can see on their face like we believe we can win now. So
That's right. I rode by out there for a few minutes, and man, everybody was bouncing around. Wasn't nobody standing still. Didn't see nobody taking a knee or a helmet off, and that's a
and it's 90 degrees, but it's can feel fall coming.
That's
it's
right.
exciting, and got a big game Friday. So I mean, it's football time. Let's go.
Let's get ready. Got Wilcox County Friday night up in Rochelle.
Yes, sir.
So not a long time to celebrate that win, but got to jump into the region real quick. But that was an overall ball game Friday night. Offense, defense, special teams.
Yeah.
You had the kids ready. You and your staff. Your kids was ready, and they came out ready to play. And man, they punched them in the mouth in the first half. I think by my stats, they had 16 yards total offense in the first half. We had close to 200 in the first half, a little over 200, and scored 20 points.
Yeah, I think we still left some points out there, and obviously had a couple busts on defense and gave up a couple late scores. And that's the kind of stuff that, I'm glad we won. But as you start building and stuff like that, you're going to see me. I don't want anybody to relax. Even when we put the young guys in there, and they got to learn. Hey, it's your time. Let's go.
Go out there and stop them.
Yeah, And
you want to play more, do your job when you get put
yes,
in.
Sir.
That's right.
So just a great night. Got a lot of kids in, and on top of that, everybody got to do their part, and had a lot of guys play well, and had another good game on the ground.
Yeah. We talked about it. I did in a local newspaper. We had went 3 years without a 100-yard rusher in a ball game, and we've had back-to-back weeks with 100-yard rushers. We're going to get Mr. Jeremiah Smalls in here in a few minutes. He was the second individual to do that. Rashad Brockington done that last week against Montgomery.
He almost
got back there this week. Came up 10 yards short. We rushed for 258 yards, and I didn't get a chance to pull it up and look. It's been a long time since we put that many rushing yards.
Yeah, and I mean it
up
was
in a single ball game.
I think when it was 27-7, early fourth quarter. It's been a while since. Even when I was at Brunswick-Macon County, we had really good teams. I can't ever remember us just lining up and saying, we're running right here, stop it if you want to, and we went right down the field, rotating backs. It didn't matter who was in there. The offensive line was getting pushed, and just really wore them down, and we started laying on them, and, finished the drive off just pounding the rock, and ain't nothing
at least
better
two drives
than that.
in a row. At least two in a row. We had like 7 or 8 play scoring drives
Yeah.
were nothing but running the ball.
Yeah.
And it was 5, 6, 7, 10 and more yards in a clip. And I heard one comment was one of their kids said, "Come on, man, take it easy. I'm tired."
Oh, man.
No.
Yes, that's what we want.
And,
That's what we want.
Well, you want when you got them telling you they tired, you've done your job.
Yeah, and that's what you want to oppose. That's what football is. You want to impose your will on your opponent. And I thought we got to do that in the fourth quarter, and was just really proud of everybody. I mean, there's like I said though, I thought we played sloppy at times. I thought we left some plays out there. But that's good to win a game and have stuff say, hey, we can still get better.
That's right.
And
win a game and still see some improvement.
Yeah.
But
and we got a lot to work on. I mean, but
Hamilton County, they're fairly similar in size to us school-wise.
Mm-hmm.
They had one win last year. Haven't won a game this year. But I'm going to tell you, those guys were good.
They have gotten better every week.
I mean, those guys were good. They don't have a lot of them.
No.
If they had a little bit of depth.
The depth took over. They were big. They're bigger than us in spots now. I mean that.
Their first 11 on each side, which might have been the same 11, but their first 11 was huge and was athletic.
Well, they had a kick returner and guy that they put at running back the other night that could. I mean, he can fly. I mean, he can run with anybody in our region. And for speed wise,
right.
We went down there and track. I think Coach Datter said he ran probably right around 11. I mean, if you're 11 11.0 or under in 100, you're moving.
Right.
And, I mean, he's got a picture where he's 10, 15 meters in front of everybody.
Right. And then in the second half, they bring in this number 14, and we're wondering where was he at?
That's who I'm talking about, 14.
We had him, undoubtedly, we contained him so well in the first half. He seemed like he was new in the second half.
Well, I don't think they had put him
or maybe he wasn't in the scheme of things on offense.
They ran more I formation at us in the first half. And then in the second half, they kind of got back to what they did with running the flex bone option, midline of veer, and that kind of stuff. And it's kind of what happened on one of the drives. They kind of found something, and coach was trying to find an adjustment. And anyway, we get a misalignment, and then they hit us over the top for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so –
it was almost,
move on. But
to the novice, it kind of looked like, well, they got a lucky play there.
I
mean, to me, I'm not a coach, so to me, I'm looking at, well, that was just a little bit of luck there.
I don't like giving up any points.
That's right.
But, that's what I'm saying. We kind of found some lulls in the game where if we clean that stuff up, it's probably pretty bad. Gets out of hand with a running clock.
Yeah. Well, I commented on the air Friday night of what little bit I could talk. My setup for the sideline didn't work real good, but we kicked a lot of balls out of bounds on the kickoff, and they was happy to take it on the 35. And
I was happy for them.
I was happy for them to do that because I was watching on Huddle, and I said, didn't they run back one a couple of weeks ago against
that was 14.
And I'm thinking, I looked like their best offense was their special team, so why not?
Yeah,
why not make you re-kick that thing? But they never did. And
Cruz had instructions not to. He could kick it to anybody but 14, and so that
he done a good job of that. I mean, he kicked a few out of bounds, kept one inbounds late in the ball game there, I believe, or in the second half. And we pinned them back pretty much inside the 20.
He kicked it over his head.
The guy jumped up and touched the ball, and then it went out of bounds. Might have been inside the 10. I don't remember now, but it was a good kick anyway. It may have went in. May have been a tough play if that guy hadn't touched it, and he may not have went out of bounds. Yep. But a lot of improvement from game 1 to game 3, and no matter who your opponent is, it was an outstanding ball game and fun ball game to watch, and had a lot of people who couldn't make it down to Jasper who watched it on the network and said, "Man, we're coming to a ball game. Them guys are ready to play now."
Yes, sir. I mean, we got to keep working. Like I told the kids today, like, hey, we got an identity now. We just got to get better. We got to keep getting better. Got to keep getting better. If you relax, that's when you're gonna get hit in the mouth.
That's right. All right, Coach. Gonna wrap it up on last week's game. It's hard to quit talking about a win as solid as that one was, but we'll wrap that one up and we'll move on to next week. But why don't we take a break? Give our sponsors some credit, and then we'll come back.
Before we take off, I just want to know how it felt to get doused with cooler.
I knew it was coming. Sharp. I knew the first one was coming.
Oh, the second one you didn't know about.
They got him twice.
The second one, Scott Ray is to blame, and he is getting major payback because he took. I had Annalise, and he took Annalise. And hey man, you need to get back in there with your boys. And about 5 seconds later, the fullest ice cold water hit me.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, and I hit Coach Ray on the shoulder, and I said, "Hey, get the baby because they fitting to get him."
So it's Keith. It's Keith.
I saw him coming for the second round.
I told him I would have rode home wet and cold all the way to Atlanta if it took. Just to
be proud to get wet every week.
Yeah, and just to see the joy on everybody's face, everybody. It was a great night, really was.
That's right.
So, we gotta put it to bed and get ready for Wilcox. But like I said, it was a great night, and in the first half, we're 2 plays away from it being a 7-0 dogfight.
That's right.
Scored on 4th and goal, and then Rashad made the play where I'm like, oh my God, he didn't throw the ball, and then somehow he, makes one of the best plays I've seen in a while, and gets in the end zone was a huge play because we went up 3 scores, and it made it tough on him in the second half. So
he gave his best Mike Vick impression. Let's say that.
It seemed like it took forever for him.
It seemed like it did, but he finally got in the end zone. And big win, Coach. We're proud of you, proud for you.
Thanks, sir.
We do know that is the first of many.
Well, I appreciate it.
Say that.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the network, give our sponsors some love. We'll come back, and you want to talk when we come back about next week, or do you want to bring in your players of the week?
I'm going to bring them in, and then we'll where they can get going.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes with our players of the week from this past week's game.
All right.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop?
It's down.
It's down in the sphere.
Keith have traded seats, and I guess I've taken over as the host of this segment. But I'm joined by our Players of the Week to my left, your right on the screen, I believe, is our Offensive Player of the Week, Mr. Jeremiah Small. He had, and correct me if I'm wrong, Keith, 19 carries, 123 yards, and 1 touchdown. Yeah, so first running back to rush for 100 yards in 4 years, since 2015. To my right, your left on your screen is Mr. Andreas Anderson. Dre had 7 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. Am I missing something?
A pick.
No.
I had one pass deflection.
Oh, 1 pass deflection, 1 pass breakup, and 1 or 2 big hits. Somersaulted the quarterback late in the game and ran off the field, and then they said, no, he didn't fumble. His elbow was down or something. But it was a really big play. And
I still believe that was a fumble. I still believe.
Well,
it would have been a big play if it was a fumble, though. I really wish it wasn't a fumble.
It was definitely a highlight. Definitely a highlight. You got to start, put it on your highlight. So
I did.
I want to know,
did.
and we'll take turns with the question, or I want to know what it felt like to win a game for the first time in 700-something days around here, 20 games in 2 years. What did it feel like? Who's going to go first?
You want to go first?
You go first. You've been here longer.
Man, it felt crazy, not starting the freshman year and then starting my sophomore year and going without winning games and then hard work paying off and stuff like that. So it was really great to have a win, a really big win. So, because especially it was great to get a big win and win Defensive Player of the Year or Defensive Player of the Week. Because I really wanted that. I've been wanting to come on this show and talk about the team and how far we have come from last year.
All right, Mr. Small, you was around but not on the team last year, and now you're part of the team and in a big role as a starting running back. How did it feel?
I mean, the first when the time was running down, to me it just felt fake. I was like, I didn't believe we won until we got on the bus and I actually got the experience the celebration.
Yeah,
it felt good.
Till y'all dumped me with ice cold water twice.
No, I wasn't part of that.
So I'm trying to think what else. Keith, you got any questions? This is the hard part of the job as the host, having to come up with questions. Man. All right, so what has been your favorite? Well, we'll go with Jeremiah. What was it like watching football last year and now being a part of the team?
I mean, watching football last year, I just felt like every game I did watch, I knew I could have helped in some type of way. But now being a part of it and showing what I can do in my talents, it just helps.
Well, Dre, you've been a part of this thing ever since I got here.
Yes, sir.
What has the journey been like?
It was hard, but not hard at the same time. Because especially I was not getting any varsity playing time my freshman year, and then my sophomore year I ended up getting varsity playing time, which I was really happy to get. It was easy for me because I sort of kind of was able to practice against the other varsity players in practice, so I really got a feel of how the game went my freshman year. So it was really easy for me to play in the game.
All right. Please. All right. So what's been your favorite moment this year?
I'm going to have to say the summer when we went and competed in Athens.
Okay. Going to UGA 7
that was fun. That was a fun time.
Dre?
Mine would probably be this game because I had one of my biggest hits ever in this game. So probably this game right here that we had last week.
That's the microphone. Joined by little Annalise sitting over here. Wanting to be the co-host of the show. Trying to think what else. What are you most looking forward to the rest of the year, Mr. Senior?
Proving people wrong.
Proving people wrong.
Same thing what he just said. I mean, we're all just trying to prove people wrong and showing them that we're like a really good football team and that we can win games.
All right. Anything else? You got anything else you want to say to the people of Lanier County?
Mm-hmm. How did it feel winning your first game at Lanier County?
It was a big relief, and because it's just like playing. I mean, you get discouraged when you're doing the right stuff, but it's not paying off, and just to see y'all get to enjoy that moment that I've been blessed in my coaching career and got the experience it probably a lot more times and won region championships and playoff games and that kind of stuff, and there's just so much more to it. That is why I do what I do. It's why we work as hard as we work, and we keep getting better every week, and who knows how many we can get. Anything else? What you want to tell the folks about Friday night? You want to tell them to come up to Rochelle?
It's going to be a show.
It's going to be a show in Rochelle, 7:30, Donnie Clack Stadium.
A big game.
Big game, number 9, Wilcox County. All right. Well, we'll go to our break, I guess, and we'll get talking about those Wilcox County Patriots when we get back. Thank you, gentlemen, and go Dogs.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop? Down. It's down in the sphere.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger. And you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.
Oh, there's a good drive. There's a good drive. Is it going to drop? Down. It's down in the sphere.
All right, we back here live on the LC Coaches Show. Coach, got a big game coming up Friday night. First region game. We go up to Rochelle and play them Wilcox County Patriots.
Yep.
They coming off of a huge win. I mean, a kind of a surprising win they had Friday night over Berry, 50-something to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if something was Berry missing some folks or.
They were, number one, Garrett Johnson. They dislocated his elbow or broke his. I'm not really sure. I don't know. He was out anyway. That was he was. Come on, baby.
And Elise wants to be on the show.
She hasn't seen Dada all day. So
all day long.
Come on, sit with him. Come on. He was out, and so anyway, he was a guy that broke several long runs in the spring game. I mean, he's one of their better cats on defense too, and he was out. And
was he the one that broke all their records that game before with the touchdown, scored 7 touchdowns or something against Atco?
Yes, he can play.
Okay, so that explains a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and I think, see ya.
She's gone again.
She'll be back. Ken, I think Ken's had a cast on his hand too, look like, and I don't think he's been playing as much offense. So they're playing the young guys in the backfield, and it's just Jamarcus, and so they can, kind of key. 9 don't beat you. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough road for them. But
I know Cribbs played some quarterback for him, and
he played quarterback last week.
Moved to linebacker, and he's been banged up. Had a slight concussion.
Well, we got folks over there, so we kind of got a little bit more information about what's going on over there. But
I hadn't heard from him, and I didn't know what caused that.
It kind of. I mean, it was 7-0 at the end of first quarter, and they had 2 block punts. I mean, another shank. I think they really special teams. They got away from them, and but Wilcox is pretty good now. I mean, it's
got a pretty good ball team. Got a
they don't
going to Auburn, I believe.
And the other 2 are pretty good too. I mean, it's one of the best defenses we saw last year, and it's one of the best defenses we're going to see again this year. I believe what I looked up today, they're outscoring their opponents like 48-5 right now through 3 games. I think offensively they're like number 2. They're in top 5 points per game and points allowed. So, and like I said, they don't have. It's like, gosh, where can we take a matchup advantage? They don't really have any holes. They're well coached, and they fly to the football on defense. And then the Tibbsville kid, like I said, who's getting recruited by some SEC schools, and I believe he's playing in the Army All-American game. He is. He's plays running back on offense, and they got some guys on the perimeter that can play. Their quarterback's a really good athlete. I think he, went to sectionals or state as a 200-meter guy. So, I mean, they're –
Gotcha.
Well,
they were a team that I picked as a dark horse in our region prior to the season or at the end of last season.
Yeah.
And then Coach Ken Kofer was up there, and Coach Kofer decided to go back to Dodge County, and I thought, well, that might throw them off a little bit, but don't look like they've missed a beat.
They look just like they did last year somewhat.
Haven't changed anything at all.
Yeah, and they hired Coach Stowe, who is, I believe he was the defensive coordinator last year. So they look the same on defense. They offensively, they're probably spreading the ball a little bit more, trying to. I mean, they kind of look like us, trying to get the ball on the perimeter a little bit. But they got two pretty good running backs and quarterbacks and athletes. So, it's going to be a challenge. And they do a good job on special teams. They kick and cover well. And, they don't do anything to hurt themselves. And, when you don't do anything to hurt yourself and you play really good defense, you got a good chance to win.
That's right.
Now, I haven't seen everybody else in the region, but, I mean, they look good.
Yeah.
They look good. They're fast on defense. They're going to give people fits on defense. So we'll see.
All right. Well, it's going to be a tough region opener, but I know you and your staff get the guys ready. That's all you got to play who's put in front of you.
I mean, it's Region 2A. I mean, it's
ain't no off weeks once you get to this point.
I think Irwin and Clinch is this week. Us and Wilcox this week. Turner and Telfair and Atco and Charlton. So I mean,
Yep.
it's kind of like who's this week, and you know, I'm just hoping to win. Last week gives us some confidence and helps us to play harder because we're gonna have to play hard. And you know, if you make a mistake, you got to get up and play another play. But you know, you drop the ball or miss a block this week, and it can turn fast.
That's right.
So we're not going to be able to hurt ourselves. We're going to have to make them earn it. And last year we didn't do that. I think they scored 61 points last year, and we only gave up 180 yards.
Right.
So that tells you Rashad probably played his worst game ever against Wilcox, and probably played his best game ever against them his freshman year.
That's right. His freshman year, he broke the freshman record for passing yards in a single game with 500-something yards.
Let's hope we get a little, and I think he is excited to go back up there just because
the home.
You know, it was a great. I want to say that was his first start too.
I think it was. I think that was his first start of his.
Yeah,
because he had played some quarterback, but I don't think he had started a game.
Because what was a little bit crazy about last Friday night was Rashad. You know, if he doesn't already own the passing record, all the passing records here, he never won a game starting quarterback. That's just crazy for.
That's right.
For you to wrap your head around as talented as Rashad is, and you know, just hope we can get some mojo going with him and keep that offensive output up. You know, if we can 39 against Montgomery, 41 last week, if we can do something like that again this week, would be huge. Be huge because we're gonna need to make plays in all three phases of the game, and you know, I'm really excited for the kids because I think we're going to get a big game atmosphere.
That's right.
I think they're going to have a big crowd because they're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's their homecoming. And, you know, as excited as our folks are, I think they're going to get in the car and go a little bit.
That's right.
You know, I hope, you know, we show up and play one play at a time and see what happens. And we had a really good practice today, and, you know, just going to school and seeing the kids just like walking around as a winner today it's been an awesome 48 hours, 72 hours. But I told them, like, look, if you want to keep this feeling going when it's time to work, I want you to enjoy it, but it's time to go.
That's right.
And, you know, it's going to be a good couple of weeks. You know, we've got homecoming next week too, so it's going to be a couple fun weeks at school, but we got to do what we got to do when it's time to work. So
that's right. It looked like they done that this afternoon. They didn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
A good job.
No, I mean, it was probably one of our best Mondays have been a struggle around here.
Kind of get that drag from Sunday
you
and
get the layover, and it's Monday. But past two Mondays have been really good, and you know, like I told them, like, man, you got an opportunity to they've. Wilcox just got in the top 10. You play the number 9 team in the state on their homecoming at their place. Let's go play, man. Like,
that's right.
That just gets my blood boiling.
That's right.
Like, I mean, got a little fall, and it's going to be 63 degrees.
Is that right? That will be nice.
I mean, it's supposed to feel nice Friday night, guys. So they got good sausage dogs, I think, up there. So get a little sausage dog.
All right, now that's for me now, a sausage dog. So, Keith, remember that.
Yeah, on the way down to Jasper, I stopped in Lake Park and ate at the fish net. And Jeremy texted and says, "Where you at?" And I said, "I'm eating. I'll be there when I get there." And he says, "Bring me some hot dog."
No.
But Coach, how are we looking on the injury side?
Aeneas is he's a little banged up. He's kind of a little sore, but with his injury, he, you know, it's going to flare up from time to time. So kind of held him out a little bit today. Shamar is back. He actually played Friday, and he busted his tail rehabbing to get back. So we got everybody back, I think, except David Jones, who plays a little bit in a reserve role at D end. he separated his shoulder a couple weeks ago, and he's got some shoulder issues. I mean, just regular play, and it kind of just popped out on him. Kind of got loose joints or something like that. So waiting on him to get a right brace in to play, and I'm trying to think who else. I don't think we had anybody else. We're pretty healthy, so.
Well, that's good. Always good when you don't
Yeah,
have
I mean,
a whole lot of injuries.
That's
Got
something
a
they
few,
told me. That's something they told me that was a bit, knock on wood, was a big issue before I got here. Was that we'd have a lot of guys hurt, and but
I think you can attribute that to the strength and conditioning that you've done since you got here.
This is the number one reason. No, I shouldn't say number one reason. It's one of the number one benefits of working out. It seems like you stay healthy a little bit, and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you have a lot of freak stuff, and so far we haven't had any freak injuries, and pray every night for these boys' safety on that field and off the field. So, so got a tough one Friday. Just hope everybody can get up. If you ain't got nothing to do on Friday, make it up to Rochelle. Thought we had a great crowd Friday again. We had more people.
I mean, we had a lot of people, more people than they did.
We had more people than they did, and we partied like it was 1999 all the way back to Lakeland, I promise. So we dancing on the bus, throwing candy, listening to the Valdosta Cockle game, which sounded like it was a classic on the bus on the way home. And so
we listened to Chris Beckham, and Chris chose Lanier County as the team of the week. And
I'll text Chris right after that. I said, man, I appreciate the love, man. It sounded like there was plenty of good games, but
that's right.
And pretty cool deal that Coach Ray was driving our bus and had that show on playing, and just so happened it was right before we got off the bus too, and them boys got to hear it and let out a big cheer, and just man, it was I just want to appreciate everybody that sent me a text, sent me a call. I mean, I got so many texts and calls. I don't think I got to answer every phone call or send everybody a text back saying thank you, appreciate it. And, just hope we can keep getting better and make this community proud and give them a reason to come to Rockmore Field and get in their car and come watch us play on Friday night.
Coach, we're proud of it. We're proud of the competition. I mean, we've seen so many second halves with a running clock in the past little bit that it's great that we played 3 ball games.
See a really good ball game Friday.
That's right. That would be great.
If we go out there and show up and compete Friday, I think everybody should be excited because we're gonna have a good football team.
That's right.
That's
right. Well, before we go, Coach, fill us in. Who does the middle school have a game this week?
Yeah, It's been
give them a little bit of love because they're 3-1.
They are 3-1
in the thick of the conference and everything.
They have beat Brooks County, and I would think that'd probably be the first time ever in middle school history.
I would guess that. I don't know that, but
at Quitman, 8-6. Then they beat Atco pretty bad, and then I went out there and watched them play Irwin, and we just didn't even show up. It wasn't even the same middle school team that I've seen play. They kind of had a bad day, and Irwin had a good day, and they got in their butt pretty good. And then they went to Nashville last week, had to wait on officials for 2 hours. Dude was like, I ain't going anywhere. We play in the night. We playing under the lights, and they put the butt whipping on them.
Yeah.
And, my alma mater, so anytime I get a nice little chuckle out of it. But
that's right. 3-1 so far.
Yeah, and I think
we go to Clinch this week.
No, Clinch comes here.
So,
and I think if we win, and Irwin got beat last week, so if Irwin gets beat and we win, we will be the number 1 seed.
Right.
I think no matter what happens, we're the number 2 seed, and we'll get a home playoff game. And I would, looking at it, me and Dooner looked at it, and it was, I think it was looking like Macon County, which will be interesting for me because it's my first job, and see some of the folks that I work with and I don't even know who the middle school coach is now. It's probably
Quite possibly the same team Dooner beat for the 10U state championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah, there'll be some kids on there.
Yeah.
I think them and I think Wilcox is their number one team on the north side too, and we played them in the Jamboree, and I think we lost to them 6-0. And you know, just looking at Wilcox middle school team, they're going to be good for. They got some kids coming that look good, and you know, really excited about our middle school group. You know, I hadn't paid them a lot of love on the show, but we had 47 kids, high school and middle school, that made 20 workouts in the summer. Which around here is a big deal, and that's what I've been preaching summer, and we probably doubled what we had. It's time to go, boys.
Time to get out of here. Annalisa's had it all she could take.
But anyway, and we'll wrap this up, but anyway, we doubled what we did last summer.
Right, and last summer was big. So
yeah, that's what they told me, and it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good for everybody else's standard.
And that's a testament not only to you and your staff, but to these kids.
Yeah, no,
because you can't get these kids. I mean, you got to do some work to get these kids to come out during the summer. And
and going, you know, we got to keep doing stuff like going to UGA. And you heard Jeremiah on here. What was your favorite moment? And he was
going to UGA.
Going to UGA.
And I like that win Friday night. The win was the favorite part for me, but close second was that UGA trip. I was ready for that trip. We had a good time.
Yeah, got to play.
We competed all day long.
Yeah, it was fun stuff, and you know, you got to do that kind of stuff for summer and go and see things, and so.
That's right. Maybe we'll go see some Seminoles or Gators.
Yeah, we'll try to change it up
years
for
to come, but
it's never a bad deal going to Athens. So.
Might want to hang off on going to see the Seminoles in the near future. They may be in the midst of a coaching change, but I got to jab at Brad and Johnson a little bit if they ever watch this thing.
Well, I'm sure they do.
So, they probably be in the middle of a coaching change this year, so we might go see the Gators and then go see who FSU hires next year.
Yep.
All right, Coach, good luck Friday night. Good luck to Coach Dooner Seeley and the middle school Bulldogs on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday at 5 at home. We need everybody we can get out there we got some good kids coming up. You know, this is his 10U team that won the state championship are now in the 7th grade, so they're a big part of this. We got a lot of young guys on the middle school team.
Right.
There's a lot of 7th graders playing, so he's got a lot coming back. I mean, future's bright here, man. The future is bright, and it's, you know, we got a long way to go, obviously, at the high school, but we just keep plugging away one day at a time and
keep grinding.
Really pleased with where we're at, and we got to get us a few more, and I'll be really pleased.
All right. Come to Wilcox on Friday night, and hopefully we'll bring home our first region win since the last time we won one, which was against Wilcox 2 years ago.
Wow. Okay. Well, that'd be big.
That's right. All right. For Coach Kurt Williams, Jeremy Lewis, I'm Keith Nevers. So long from the Huddle House and the LC Network. Everybody have a good evening.
Farmers and Merchants Bank has been helping people with their financial needs for over 100 years. And FMB is right here in Lakeland, Georgia to serve you. Whether you need personal banking with checking and savings accounts, money market and IRAs, or business banking with checking, cash management, and loans, FMB is also your lending solution for both personal and business. Whatever your banking needs, Farmers and Merchants Bank remains committed to be the best of the best. North Carter Street in Lakeland. Go Dogs! Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Huddle House in Lakeland, Georgia is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With a clean and friendly atmosphere, you'll always get the service you're looking for. They have a variety of menu items for you to choose from, whether it's an omelet or a hamburger, and you can even order takeout, whether you sit at the bar or at a table. The staff at Huddle House is always looking out for you. Huddle House in Lakeland, open 24/7, 251 West Main Street. That's 251 West Main Street. Stop on by and eat something.